Hello friends, welcome to the video. So in this quick video we are going to talk about a writing essay. Essay type is discussion essay and we are going to talk about a template. I'm going to share a template with you guys so that you can make use of the template to write a discussion essay, right? Discussion essay, so I think before we start, let's have a look at the question first and then because that will help us to better understand the structure. So the question is here on the screen. It says, some people say that teenagers should work part time and earn money. This way, they will learn basic lessons about work and become more disciplined. Others argue that teenagers should not sacrifice their rest and after school activities to work. So discuss both views and give your opinion. So basically, here is there are some sort of people who says that teenagers or school kids, they should work part time so that they can earn some money and then they can learn or they can gain some skills. Other people say kids or students, they should enjoy their after school arts. So we'll discuss. So here in this video we are going to talk about a template how to answer these both views question. So let's begin by looking at the paragraphs first. So we are going to have four paragraphs. Paragraph 1 is going to be the introduction. Paragraph 2 we'll talk about the first view. Paragraph 3 will talk about the second view. 4 will write a short conclusion and will give our opinion. Okay, now let's talk about the introduction first. I think I have shared my view, my tips how to write a general introduction or a 3-sentence introduction. So what you do here in the introduction part, okay, here is template, right? Okay, we'll discuss in the video later. Sorry. So let's move forward. So here first of all we'll have a look at the paragraph 1, which is introduction. See, you need to keep one thing in your mind. Wherever you see, I'll say like you need to repeat this particular sentence with your own words or with your own sentence. And I'll also say like, okay, let's begin by looking at the introduction first. So these days, you can memorize this one. These days, and then write a general sentence to introduce the topic in your own words. These days, memorize, write one sentence about the topic. So as we know, the question is about the okay. So these days, and then you write a one sentence about the topic sentence. But what is the most effective method for dealing with? Add an extra sentence to support the first one here. Some people believe that focus on one side of the argument. So here, whatever you see in the bracket, you need to replace that part with your own sentences. Tell the reader your plan. In this essay, I'll discuss both sides of the argument. Both sides of the argument, it means we'll discuss why some people think that teenagers should work after school hours and why some people think, why do they have this sort of opinion like teenagers should enjoy after school hours, and we'll draw a conclusion what is good for the children's or for the school kids. Okay, so here the things which you need to memorize these days. But what is the most effective method for dealing with? So these days, now you can write here, these days it is common belief that, or we have a set of people who thinks that student should work. Then you will write an extra sentence to support this one. Some people believe that, and this way. So here we are done with the introduction. So what I'm trying to say is, please memorize these things and then replace whatever is there in the bracket, those sentences with your own sentences. But just make sure those sentences are grammatically correct and should fit or match whatever the words which are there before the sentences. Okay, like for example, these days, so your next statement, whatever you write, it should match with this, it should be grammatically correct. Now here also, but what is the first effective method for dealing with? Now you write here, right, it should grammatically correct, then only you will get a good band score. Okay, now let's talk about the point view or first view of the questions. Why some people think student should do overtime or they should work part time. So first of all, you can make use of this one. First of all, because here we are going to talk about the first argument or first side of the argument. First of all, and then you write here one side of the argument here in your own words. For example, write an example to support your first argument and conclude here using if else. Say, for the example sake, I'm saying or students should work part time. What will happen if they? So you can write here, right? First of all, I believe, or some people believe, that students or college guys or school boys, they should work part time. For example, like working in restaurants or as a cashier or as a receptionist, right? Or a collie teller. So these things, by working on these, right, they will get an idea. Then here you will write, you will conclude what is the benefit. Say, if a student who is working as a cashier, right, or on the counter, then his mathematics will be good. He will be good in the banking process. And if you are working as an operator, right, so say you are a student and you are working as an operator. If a student is working as an operator, his computer skills will be improved. And if you are working as a representative or a receptionist, then the way of communication, right, your way of communication or how to greet people, how to meet people will be improved, right? So this is here you are going to talk about the benefits or the advantages of doing part-time work. Okay. Now on the other hand, it means now we are going to talk about the contrast opinion or other side of the argument. So here in this paragraph 2, we have discussed or we have mentioned the advantages. Now here, why some people believe that students should not do any sort of part-time work after school hours. Why? So on the other hand, now we are going to talk about the other side of the argument. On the other hand, there is a common belief that, now you will write here why people think so. Write other or opposite side of the opinion about the topic statement. For instance, give a relevant example here. As a result, write a concluding sentence for other opposite side of the argument. Okay, now let's make sense out of this one. What do you have to do? First of all, you memorize this one. On the other hand, there is a common belief that you can memorize this sentence as it is. For instance, just to elaborate or give an example, you can make use of this as it is. For instance, or as a result. So we are going to conclude here whatever we will. So say, on the other hand, why some people believe that students should not do any sort of part-time work after school hours. Why do they think so, or why do they believe? So sir, you can write here, because you can say, so here in the other side of the argument, you can talk about the health or fitness of the school kids, fitness, or you can say to become more social. It is required, it is very important for kids to play out of the home or on the ground, on the field, so that they can meet or can make new friends, or they will come to know about different people. So a social bonding is required for them to understand the world better. If you do not have any sort of social connections in your childhood, it will become very hard to have friends later in life, right? So here you can talk about those issues, just to avoid the feeling of isolation. Also, it is required for students to stay at home or play with the community people or with the other guys, right, in the society. Now let's talk about the conclusion. We are done with the introduction. We have mentioned we have discussed about the first argument or first viewpoint. Here we have covered the second viewpoint. Now we are going to talk about the conclusion here. So in conclusion, or you can write to sum up, to summarize, you can memorize the sentence. Although it is a common thought that, you can memorize this one. Although it is a common thought that, rewrite the topic sentence here. I believe, then again rewrite the summary of your two arguments which you have mentioned paragraph 2 or 3. So here, in conclusion, although it is a common thought that, you will write the topic sentence, rewrite in your own words. Then I believe. After that, you summarize your ideas, whatever you have mentioned in paragraph 2 and paragraph 3 here. You summarize both of these, your ideas here, and then write your opinion, conclusion. So your opinion, sorry. So personally, I think give more. So which side is your favorite, in which are in favor of they should play or they should do? So personally, I think students or kids should have the liberty to play or to enjoy their childhood or after school hours. They should not be forced to work just to get more skills in the early years of life. So this way you can conclude your essay, right? So I'm going to, you can pause this video here so that you can note down this template and then work on this. What you have to do is you have to replace whatever the words are there in the bracket with your own sentences, and make sure whatever you put right, those sentences grammatically should be correct. Okay, so thank you so much and stay tuned for more.